Oh, Valerian. Oh, the Valerian. Okay. What's up, guys? Vern here, and today we're gonna have a look at Valerian.
Shall we begin?
I walked in this movie with above average expectations, just because it was directed by Luc Besson, who also directed The Professional, The Fifth Element, along with Lucy. And with a lineup like that, it's gotta be good, right? Visually speaking, everything was great. But here's the thing. Pacing wise, it was all over the place. We were forced to follow a story that's supposed to be simple, but it's really not. And here lays the problem. The casting. The casting was a problem. The main character of this movie is, Valerian, as in the title. He's played by Dane DeHaan. Now you can tell as the movie goes forward that this character in its entirety is supposed to be kind of like a snarky, kind of like a jerk, but lovable type of character. Unfortunately, though, it doesn't come out that way. I think they were looking for someone like a Han Solo type of character that you can relate to. Instead, they got Mr. Roper from Three's Company. If I were to recast this role, I'd look for someone more lovable, more charming, like Marty McFly from Back to the Future, played by Michael J. Fox. You can look for someone like that. Now, the partner and also love interest of Valerian goes by the name of Laureline, played by Cara Delevingne. She did a good job playing her role, but you can tell throughout the whole movie she was rather uncomfortable. Now the reason for that is that the love aspect of this movie between the characters is rather forced. So forced. More than anything, they felt like a brother and sister that really just don't like each other. The love between these two is just so awkward. It just didn't feel right from beginning to end. And then there was a bright spot. A character from out of nowhere shows up by the name of Bubble, played by Rihanna. I thought she did a great job being entertaining and being the comedy relief that the movie seriously needs. The only problem is, although she was very entertaining, she only shows up for this much of the movie. And then we have a character commander played by Clive Owen. He played his character well, the only problem is, his character did not have enough depth. There wasn't enough character development or backstory to love or hate this character. I felt like the movie had more so of a direction of a sequel, where you already know the characters, they've already been fully developed, and you're supposed to relate to them in that fashion. But yeah, no, this is not a sequel. The characters in their entirety are not fully developed. You don't really understand them enough for you to relate to what they're doing, what they're saying, who they are, what they are. No. And this is how the story goes. A futuristic space dock composed of 1,000 planets finds itself in trouble because of some unknown danger. And it's up to Valerian and his partner to figure out what's going on to make sure everyone is safe.
After centuries of peace and prosperity, an unknown force wants to destroy all we have created. We need the two of you to be the guardians of our future.
And while the story is going, the forced love is happening, which is supposed to keep you engaged, but it's really not. And the fact that they don't develop that type of relationship, it really drags the movie down. And then there was a battle scene which was really nice, but it felt like it only lasted for a minute. It should have been a lot longer in detail to pull you into the story more. And that movie twist in the end, it was so predictable. I can see it from a mile away. This movie needed more comedy, more action, more love story. If you were to rate this movie specifically for the cinematography, it was great. Everything was visually appealing. Soundtrack wise, there wasn't really anything to remember. If I were asked to watch this movie again, I'd say no. At least not in the movie theaters. Now, if it came up on TV, if I was flipping through the channels, I'd say sure, why not? If you're looking for a movie that has zero love chemistry, but is visually appealing, set in a Star Trek Deep Space Nine kind of setting, but is rather predictable, yeah, this is the one. Until next time, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Is that all you got?
Let's begin, girl.
Rihanna.